Well, we got our weapon guide for you, and today we're going to be going over the mushroom hammer and the bishop staff. Now I've got just about all of these. We're still in search of 2 more weapons inside the game, but I spent so much money today that the credit card actually denied my account, thought that I got hacked and somebody was just billing Apple for a whole bunch of purchases. But once I got that resolved, here we are now, and we can finally go over these 2 weapons. Now the first thing you'll notice about the mushroom hammer is this is going to be a counter weapon. You can see the basic abilities up there. We have a counter rate of 12.5%. And our great stat, which we now call it, used to be uncommon, they renamed them inside the game, is that damage is going to be reduced by 25% after a counter. The rare stat's pretty straightforward. Basic attacks give us 10 towards our rage, and then we're going to get a global HP for 25% for the actual epic stat. And then that rage skill there is going to be summoning a mushroom that's going to be doing 150% to enemies. And that's going to also give us a shield of 14% for 3 rounds. Now, ironically enough, by the time you go through those 3 rounds, your rage is filled right back up again, and you can go ahead and pop another. Now, as far as the damage after doing a counter, it was a little bit weird on this one here. I originally would take hits at 1.97, and the second that I did that counter while taking the hit, it was knocked down to 1.86. Now, as it went on, it went down to 1.05, and then it finally balanced out around 989,000. So key factor is you're going to counter on this. After you counter, they're going to be doing less damage to you. Now, as far as that rage skill, they're 150% attack. It makes it seem like we're going to be hitting more than one enemy at once, but actually it's just going to be hitting whatever enemy you're attacking. So I don't think you're going to be getting like splash damage on this or AoE. It's just going to be whichever enemy you're attacking if you have 2 of them out there. Now, my basic attacks were hitting for like 3.97 million, but this rage is actually hitting for 8.18 million, which is a lot more than that 150%. I don't think I have any other stats that are really affecting that, but it's tough to tell inside the game. So just know you're gonna be doing somewhere around that 150. And as you can see here, the second we go and hit this thing, we're now getting that shield for 14% for 3 turns. Moving on to the bishop staff, this one is going to be a skill-based weapon. However though, you won't be seeing any global HP or global attack inside the stats. Instead, you'll see that uncommon great stat is going to start us off with 50 rage. And then that rare stat is going to be giving us an additional 25 on every single basic hit. On top of that 12.5 skill damage that we have in our basic abilities, our epic stat is going to be giving us an additional 35%. Now, it's a little bit tough to actually see these numbers inside the game when you're already going in with the weapon, but figure the last one we did there, when these bolts of lightning were hitting, we had about a 45% compared to our base damage. And with this 4.28 million here, you can see we're hitting more about 62% of that base damage. Now, as far as the rage on this one, we're going to be doing 230% damage to the enemy, and if they're below 30% health, we're going to be doing an additional 50%. Now, at full health, I was hitting them for 22.66 million, and I have no idea where this 11 million hit is coming from, but when they finally dropped below that 400 million that they had for health, that 30%, I was now hitting them for 27.58 million. So there is an increase in there. Just know, you got to kind of wait for them to get towards the end of it there in order to see it, but there is some additional damage. So both kind of unique weapons there. Do I like them? Yeah, I think they're kind of cool. It's nice to see some variety, but like I said, we still got 2 more to go. If you missed out on one of the other guides there, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.